Good evening, everyone. I'm Laisaau Imthiyaz from Maldives. It is very easy to criticize systems, but we rarely appreciate it. I want to share our story of education system, which is one of its kind in South Asia. Can you imagine students from one of the tiniest island nations compete globally to achieve world's top grades in examinations? Before I get into the details, here are the targets of SDG 4. Some facts and figures regarding education globally. In developing countries, enrollment in primary education has reached 91%. Minimum proficiency standards are not met in reading and mathematics by 617 million children. About 260 million children are still not enrolled in school. Primary school students living in conflict-affected areas are 50% of the population. 1 in 4 girls in developing countries do not attend schools. In the sub-Saharan Africa, 57 million children are not enrolled in schools. Now let's talk about education in Maldives. The government of Maldives invests heavily on providing free education. It is one of the few countries that provides free education until degree level. In 2018, the number of children enrolled in primary education was up to 96%. The literacy rate in Maldives is also comparatively high, with adults being 100% literate in Divahi and over 90% literate in English. Despite the high enrollment rate in primary education, only 45% of those students transition to higher secondary. The average pass rate in lower secondary level is 20% lower in atoll schools due to the lack of facilities and qualified teachers. For generations, parents have been sending their children to the capital to access better education opportunities. Therefore, around 10% students living in Male aren't living with their parents. In 2013, an inclusive education policy was implemented to support children with special needs. After the implementation of this policy, the number of schools catering for the special needs students increased from 52 to 219 in 2014. Under the Ministry of Education's Learning Beyond Walls program, there are many activities such as Parukoy, which educates children on how climate change is affecting marine life in our country. A zero plastic policy was also implemented in all primary, secondary, as well as many universities in Maldives. Students from grade 1 to 12 are being provided with tablets in order to encourage e-learning and inclusive learning. Sports is also given a huge importance in our education system. Recent focus on sports education is enabling many adolescents to gain allowances from the government. We have built a system where schools are encouraging gaining skills through creative learning. However, most of these tournaments are limited to a certain area, mostly within the capital atoll. Due to this, many young children are unable to explore their talents and develop skills as the opportunities are not presented to them. Education is given a massive priority in Maldives. It is compulsory for parents to send their children to school by law because it is a right of every child to gain a quality education. The increasing number of students that attend national as well as international prizes in different subjects year by year shows how our generation is reaping the benefits of positive changes brought to our education system. It is worth noting that prior to SDGs, Maldives has attained 5 out of 8 Millennium Development Goals, becoming the only MDG plus country in South Asia. One of the key targets we reached was related to education. Ladies and gentlemen, this clearly shows that being small is not being incapable. In Maldives, we believe that education brings us together, no matter how small or big we are. Education is the key to development, peace, and resilience. Thank you very much.